Welcome to Lingua Latina Tutorials, Chapter 23, Lesson 1, Exercises. Here we have practice with the perfect, present and perfect forms of the verbs on this list. So look at the example here. It says muta tempus praesens imperfectum. So it says change the present tense into the perfect tense. Example: Janitor ostium claudit clausit. The doorman closes or closed, past tense, the door. And here we have the passive. The ostium, the door, clauditur is closed, or clausum est, was closed by the doorman. In the margin we have, for all the verbs you're going to use here, the three principal parts. Dicere, to say; dixisse, to have said; dictum esse, to have been said; ferre, to carry; tullisse, to have carried; latum esse, to have been carried. I suggest going through all of those out loud and saying them out loud with the translation. So read them: legere, legisse, lectum esse, and then to read, to have read, to have been read. If you don't know the meaning, look it up and memorize those. So here is an example: Magister epistolam scribit. The teacher writes a letter. Here we need the past tense of scribit, which is scripsit, because it's scribere, scripsisse, scriptum. And then we have epistola a magistro scribitur. The letter is written by the teacher. We want the letter was written, which is scripta est. Why is it scripta? Well, look down here at scribere. We have scribere, scripsisse, scriptum esse. Scriptum esse can be both scriptus, scripta, or scriptum esse, and it will decline in the first declension, a, I, ama, just like puella, and in the second declension, like servus, us, eo, o, or like verbum, eo, o. So the ending has to match the subject. So we have epistola, the letter, was written, so we have to match our case number and gender with epistola and scripta. Treat it like an adjective there. Okay, let's do the rest of those exercises. Let's try number 2. Exercitium secundum, we have our vocab exercise. You know the drill for your vocab. Tabellarius tusculo venit, ecce epistola quam blank ad te tulit, inquit janitor epistolamque domino suo blank. So the mailman, the tabellarius, the mailman came from Tusculum. Again, venit is the perfect of venit. So came from Tusculum. Look at the letter which he brought, tulit, from ferre, to you from Tusculum. And here, instead of from Tusculum, we want from there. And the new word we learned for that is illink. Says the janitor, or the doorman, and he hands the letter to his master. The word we learned for to hand over here is tradit. He hands it over. And Julius says, "What in the world is this? Who in the world sent me this letter?" And the words for those we learned were quidnam and quisnam. Okay, let's look at the question and answer section. So quid janitor Julio tradit? What did the doorman hand over to Julius? Or what does he hand over? Janitor litteram, or litteras, tradit Julio. He hands over letter. Okay, epistolam tradit. So either one, litteras, the plural form of litterae, from litterae, means a letter, and then epistolam also means a letter. So janitor Julio epistolam tradit. Let's try one more. Quid dicit janitor? Janitor dicit tabellarium advenisse, that a mailman had arrived. Tabellarium advenisse tusculo. Okay, so try the rest of those, and once you're confident, I'll see you back in lesson 2.